Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Loop Learnings, and this is video number 14, I guess. Anyway, in this video we are going to continue with the user interface. That means we are going to create some more forms. By the way, we are very close to finishing the individual forms, and then we have to plug them all together and kind of make a mechanism in which we can do the entry. And if you are new to my channel, we are making a payroll management system. Welcome to Loop Learnings, and subscribe to the channel. If you are returning visitor of my channel, thank you very much for coming back, and do hit the subscribe button and bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Now in this video I'm going to create two forms. First of all, I'm going to create a roles form, and then I'm going to create leave entry form. Okay, so these are the two types of forms that I would like to create in this video. Right, so without wasting much time, let's go ahead and create forms. So first of all, I'm going to copy one of these forms. So let's copy fiscal month form. Let's copy it, Control V, paste, and I'm going to call it role F. Okay, now I'm going to right click on the form. I go to the design view, I strike them all. Okay, I click on save button. We'll go to the VB editor. So the basically idea is to keep the same design aesthetic, the color pattern and everything. I copy the existing form and then I remove everything on that form so we can make it from the scratch. I select this form and I go to the format tab and I change the label or the caption of this form, and I call it maintain or manage the roles information. Okay, that's very important. And then I go to the data tab, and at the moment we have record source is fiscal month, which means this form was copied and therefore the old table is still linked to this form. So we have to go to the drop down and we have to change the link. So what we are doing here, we are creating leave and roles form, not leave entry. That comes later after this. Okay, now we have hooked this form up with the right table. Now I want to bring whatever values are on the in this table on this form. So I go to the form design, I go to the add existing fields, and I select all and I drag and drop in here. Okay, I right click on this and I go to the layout, I stack them up. I go to the arrange tab, I go to the position area, control padding, make them narrow, I adjust them a little bit. Okay, I unselect, I select only the labels, control B to make them bold, and I increase the width of the label. By the way, I select these text boxes again just to increase the size, and I go to the home tab and I change the color to black, full black. Okay, next thing I will do a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, role ID, role name, and department and status. Now I don't need a role ID and status field to be editable, so I want to make them non-editable. Therefore I select both and I go to the form design, I go to the property sheet, I make them enabled no, locked yes, and I change the background color of these fields as well. What next? Next I would like to convert this department ID combo box, text box into the combo box. So right click on it, from the drop down change to combo box. Here we go. Now next I'll go to the data tab because I want to link this combo box to one of the existing table called departments. Okay, so I go to the property sheet of this combo box, so go to the row source, ... and here we are in the query editor. Now in here what I would like to do is I would like to get the table called department. Okay, There we go. So department ID and status. So why status? Because I would like to see the active departments in my drop down list. Okay, now there are 3 columns, so we need to make sure that we tell Microsoft Access which one we would like to see when user clicks on the drop down. So we would like to see the middle one, so therefore 0 colon 1 colon 0. Here we are. So we are done with that. Now I click on the save button and I go and I do the VBA coding. So we'll go to the event tab, ... and in here we'll do a little bit of VBA coding, and I would say if is null me dot role ID, not role ID dot value is equal to true, then do cmd dot beep message box the please select a record to proceed further. Okay, comma, VB critical, it is going to be an error information. Next, else if me dot status dot value is equal to active, then do cmd dot save, do cmd dot beep message box the record has been updated. Okay, this will be a success message and the header would be information as well. Then I would see else if is null. If we are creating a new role, then some of the fields should not be empty, like role field is equal to true, then do cmd dot beep message box please provide the role name to proceed further. Okay, comma will be critical because this is an error information, and we will set the focus as well. Let's copy this just to save yours and my time, and I would say department field should also not be empty. Please provide or please choose the department to proceed further. If all of this is false, then go further. That means just status dot value is equal to active and do cmd dot save do cmd dot beep message box the role has been created successfully. Okay, all right, comma VB information, because this is a success message, information as header and diff. All right, we can test this out. We can save it. I'll close it. I'll go to the form view. Let's test it out. So please select a record if you want to update, otherwise provide a role name. So I'll say sales executive, that's the role. Oops, we don't have department, so that will be a incomplete entry. So I'm going to create department first perhaps. So let's create a department. For example, do we have locations? Yeah, we do have locations. So let's create a department called sales. Okay, cost center would be SL001. I'm just giving an example. Location would be South Sales Department. Save it. Now if we create roles information, we should have the sales department here, and the role name would be, for example, sales executive. Okay, and the department would be sales. So the role has been created successfully. Okay, that is done. So our half of the objective is completed for this video. Now next, move forward and create another form called leave entry, which is our major main form, and it requires a little bit of work as well. So I go to the right, I right click on the table, go to the design view. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming. For example, I don't need start time. Okay, let's delete that. I don't need end time. What I need is only the start date and end date. Okay, and for the duration, I'm going to delete that as well. I'm going to right click in here, insert, and I'm going to create duration, and it is going to be a calculated field. So what I'm going to say is end date minus start date. Okay, will we get the into 24? So a day has 24 hours, because if we don't multiply with 24, it will give an integer result. Okay, in here we want single result, and that is it. We don't want any decimal at this point of time. Okay, so that was a little change I wanted to do before we proceed further. Okay, now next, let's go ahead and create a form for leave entry. So I go to the forms, I choose one of the form, let's say claims form, right click on it, copy it, paste it by clicking on Ctrl V, and then I give a name, leave F. Okay, and then I right click on it, go to design view and select all and delete them. Okay, the first thing I would like to do is change the caption. So manage, instead of manage claims information, I would say manage leave information. Makes sense, right? Then I'm going to assign the right table, which is going to be leave entry. Then I'm going to go to the form design. I go to the add existing fields. I select one of the field and press Ctrl A on my keyboard, drag and drop in here. Okay, right click, layout, stack them. Then I go to the home tab, I choose the black color, I go to the arrange tab and I control padding, narrow them down. I bring them in the center, and the reason I do is because I want to expand them a little bit, the label as well. Okay, next thing I would like to do is I would like to make them bold, Control B, and I'll continue with little bit of formatting at the moment. Okay, as of now. So leave ID, a little bit of spacing, that would be good. Okay, and employee in here, right? So employee here, I'll say fiscal year, fiscal month, and the leave type, description, authorization. Okay, leave start date, leave end date, duration of the leave, how much amount will be deducted, status, and update it all. Okay, so that's the information I want to store in the table. Now besides table, we have to store this information somewhere else as well, which I'm going to explain you in a bit. So I just need to do a little bit of formatting, and then we'll start talking about where else do we need to replicate this information. So I decrease the size of the form, and now some fields are not required to be updated by the user manually. So in that case, we make those fields as non-editable. What are those fields? We have these two. We have duration, amount, amount, duration, status, updated on. These needs to be enabled, no, locked, yes. We go to the back color, we change it to a little grayish, so people know that they can't update these fields. Next, I want to convert 3 text boxes into combo boxes, and those 3 text boxes are here: employee ID, fiscal year, fiscal month. So first of all, why do we need to convert the text boxes into the combo box? And the reason is because we want to link these fields or combo boxes to their respective tables. So we have employee profile table, which will be linked with the employee ID. Then we have fiscal year and fiscal month. So we want to fetch the existing data. That's why we have to convert it into text combo box, and it's very easy to convert these into combo box. So I right click on that, and the drop down, go to the change to, and then combo box. In here, changing only the field to combo box does not make any different unless this combo box is linked to a row source. So in that case, we right click on the form on the combo box, and we go to the properties of the combo box, and that's how it looks like. So we go to the data tab, row source, ... And in here, what I would like to do is I would like to get the table called employee profile. Okay, now in employee profile, what I would like to do is I would like to get some of the fields like employee ID. I need employee name. I need what else I need? I need the status field. Okay, and you know, one of the thing that you might have noticed in the form is called amount. What do we mean by amount? Now we want to see that how much amount will be deducted from the employee's salary if the leave was unauthorized. Remember, the authorization, they have 2 options: authorized leave, unauthorized leave. So if unauthorized leave, then some sort of amount should be deducted, right? If it is authorized leave, then the amount should not be deducted because the leave was authorized by the respective line manager. So in that case, we don't have to do the deduction. But if it is unauthorized, then we need to do the deduction of the employee salary. Now, how do we do the deduction? First of all, we need to check what is the monthly salary or monthly income for a particular employee. Where that information is stored, that information would be stored in compensation table. At the moment we don't see it, but we will very soon. But in here you see a field called total salary. This total salary is full month salary. So when we are deducting for the unauthorized leave, then we are actually deducting the amount per day. So whatever the duration, so if duration says 1 day of leave, a half day of leave, 2 days of leave, unauthorized, which is, that will be multiplied with this amount, and we will get the per day salary information. Now this amount field will have how much amount is going to be deducted from the employee salary. As I mentioned, the total salary is located in compensation table under the field called total salary. So we get this information of total salary, we divide this with 30, that will give us the per day salary, and then we multiply that per day salary to the duration, and that gives us this deduction amount. This amount means the amount which is going to be deducted from the employee's salary. So I hope that you have understood what I'm trying to say here. If not, then keep watching. I'm sure you will be looking at some sort of number which will make sense. Okay, now we'll go to the employee ID combo box. I go to the form design, I go to the property sheet, I go to the ... and I want to get the total salary information. And as I mentioned, where do that information stored or reside? It's in compensation table. So I get in here and I get total salary in here. Okay, that gives us total salary information. So there are how many columns now? There are 4 columns. So total salary is sitting in column number 3, which is here. Anyway, I will show you exactly how we are going to do. Now, next I would like to convert. Before converting, I go to the form design, I go to the property sheet of the same form employee, same combo box, and then change the column count from 1 to 4. I want to see the first column information in my drop down. Other than that, everything should be hidden. So 0 colon 1 0 colon 0, sorry, colon 0. That's what it is. Now let's do the same with the fiscal year. Well, not same, it's kind of a little different. So to convert the fiscal year text boxes into combo box, I go to the right click, I go to the change to, and I click on combo box. Okay, now I go to the data tab, I go to the row source ... and from here I click on FY table, double click on that. Now I get ID and fiscal year. That's it. I close this, save it, yes. I go to the form design, go to the property sheet, go to the format tab, column count 2 and column width 0 colon 1. Okay, then I go to the fiscal month. I do exactly same as I did with the fiscal year. We go to the change to, we go to convert it to combo box. I go to the data tab, then I go to the row source ... and fiscal month, double click on that, ID and fiscal month. Okay, I run it and I get this information as well. So I close it, I go to the form design, I go to the property sheet, I go to the format, I go to the column count, and I'll say it's 2 columns. I had the first column by giving 0 and then second column by giving 1. Okay, now if I go to the form view, okay, here you can see that we have the manage leave information, we have save button, which I'm going to do workaround on it. Then we have employee, fiscal year, fiscal month, all those fields have been created. Now let's go to the design view and let's choose the save button, and let's go to the behind the scenes by clicking on ... and there is a code already, so I select this entire code and I would like to get rid of this course. And the reason for that is that I want to show you from the scratch how you can do the coding. Okay, so we'll delete it and save it, go to the form view again. We put together some of the conditions that the field should not be empty, and then only we should be allowed to actually store the information. All right, right click on that, design view, save button, ... First condition, I'm going to put that if we want to update the record, we will use the same button, save button. We'll use the same button, save button, and that kind of line. And then we will update the information by using the exact same button. And for that, what we need, if is null, me dot leave id dot value is equal to true, then do cmd dot beep message box, this action cannot be performed as the information and as the record is not selected yet. Okay, comma VB critical, comma information. All right, then I want to save, I want to update the record, and to use the same button, what I'm going to do is else if me dot status dot value is equal to active, then do cmd dot beep and do cmd dot save, do cmd dot beep message box. The updates to the record has been made successfully, comma VB information, because this is a success message and the header of message would be information as well. Else if, now let's start checking if any of these mandatory fields are empty. If yes, then throw an error. So else if is null, me dot empid dot value is equal to true, then do cmd dot beep message box, do cmd dot beep message box, and we will give a message box saying please choose the employee to please choose the employee to proceed further. Sorry about a little noise, someone came to see me while I was recording, so that's why the noise is there. And we will set the focus on this field as well, me dot empid dot set focus. All right, now to save yours and my time, I'm going to copy and paste a lot of stuff in here, but that stuff you have already seen it, so you don't have to worry about it. So let's check the fiscal year, the next one. So I'm going to copy it, I'm going to paste it, me dot fy. Okay, we just need to do a little bit of change and the rest everything is okay. Please choose the fiscal year to proceed further. Okay, now copy that, paste in again, and me dot fm. Okay, fm mean fiscal month. Here also I will say fiscal month. All right, next I'm going to copy this again. What else? We have type, so leave type. All right, type in here, please choose the type, leave type to proceed further. Copy that again and we paste in here. Next we want to check the authorization, so me dot authorization. Okay, me dot authorization, please choose the authorization type to proceed. If you're coming this first time on this channel and you're looking at it that this guy is copy pasting everything, please don't think that I've been doing this copy paste since start. This is video number 14 and I have explained it in detail in the first 13 videos. Okay, so that's why, and I mean it's easy to understand why I'm doing it, to save yours and my time as well. Please now set focus duration is not possible, so we'll remove that and we will say the leave duration is missing and hence this action cannot be performed. Okay, simple as that. Uske baad next is amount, else if is null, me dot amount dot value is equal to true, then I would say yeah, amount is required, so we'll go with that. To cmd dot beep message box, the amount field is empty and hence this action cannot be performed. VB critical information. All right, now if all of this is false, then what next? Well, then simply go and save the record by auto populating created on, status updated on these fields. Okay, me dot created on, come on, me dot created on dot value is equal to now me dot status dot value is equal to active, me dot updated on dot value is equal to now. Okay, before I proceed and I close it down, I would like to replicate this information into the flow table. Only the condition is only if the authorization type is unauthorized leave, right? If it is unauthorized, right, I'm going to copy that. If the authorization is unauthorized, then you record the deduction in the flow table and tell how much amount should be deducted from this particular person's salary. So only if, that's what I'm saying, only if the authorization type is empty, is unauthorized, sorry. Now to replicate this information into the flow table, what we need to do, I've done that plenty of time on the video, that is record set. Okay, and first of all, to use the record set, we declare the variable. So we say dim what is the name of the table, flow. So we'll give that as a record set because we're saving the information is flow table. Now in here we will say set flow is equal to current db dot open record set. And what is the name of record set? By the way, table itself is a record set, so we'll give the name of table flow t. Okay, now as I mentioned, we have a condition: if the authorization type is unauthorized, then only you proceed and store the information in flow table. So what we need to do is we need to type in here if me dot authorization a dot value is equal to unauthorized, then you do this stuff. Then you open the flow table and add a new record. Now we have to go to the flow table and one by one we have to, so created on, category, all of that we need to update. So flow exclamation mark created on is equal to now flow exclamation mark category is equal to, so what it is it a deduction, is it a earning, that we need to tell in this category. So it is a deduction, so category is deduction. Okay, then we go to the emp id, so flow exclamation mark emp id is equal to me dot emp id dot column 0. Then we go to the type, so what type of the information it is, flow exclamation mark type is equal to, and we have already deduction, right, category deduction. So what type of information it is it a leave entry, is it what it is? So we'll say leave entry. Okay, then we go to description, flow exclamation mark description is equal to what? Although the description is here, if you want to give this information in this table, that's up to you. I like to give leave type information as a description, me dot leave type, me dot type. All right, we'll go to the flow table, fiscal year, so flow exclamation mark fiscal year is equal to me dot fy dot column, and it is going to be first column. fiscal month flow exclamation mark fiscal month is equal to me dot fm and fiscal month oops dot column 0. Okay, amount flow exclamation mark amount is equal to me dot amount. So basically whatever amount is showing here, copy that and replicate here. Then we have status flow exclamation mark status is equal to active, and then flow exclamation mark updated on is equal to now. Okay, then you flow dot update. Now if we put if condition, we can use the else condition, right? So else do nothing, right? You do all of this only if the authorization type is unauthorized. If anything, if the leave is authorized, then do nothing. We don't want to add it in the flow table. We don't want to run it at the end of the month because it was authorized leave, but we do want to run it, we do want to add the record if the employee has taken unauthorized leave. Okay, after that do cmd.save, do cmd.beep message box, the leave entry has been made successfully. Okay, comma VB information because this is success message, and header would be information as well. There you go, we have done the coding. Let's debug it, save it. We are not done yet, we need to do something else as well, and that is when we record the end date, what we need to do is to calculate, first of all, to get the duration of leave and to calculate the amount, how much amount should be deducted if it has to be deducted. So on the end date, I'll go to the events tab. After update event, I go to the dot code builder and I come here. First of all, you know that I'm going to take this code block on error resume next. Okay, in here I type me dot duration. Well, duration will automatically be calculated because we have in the table itself we have done the calculation. What we need to do is to calculate the amount that is going to be deducted. How we are going to determine the amount that is going to be deducted? Well, number one, we will see what is the total salary of this employee, the employee which is selected. How do we see that? If you remember at the start of the video when I was hooking this this combo box to a table, at that time I use this total salary right in the query, and it resides in which column? 0 1 2 3. So it resides, so we do have total salary. What we need to do is we need to calculate that total salary, divide it with 30, so we get 1 day salary, and whatever 1 day salary we get, we multiply with the duration, and that's how we get the amount information here. Okay, so what I do is I say me dot amount dot value is equal to me dot emp id dot column. So column number 3 has the total salary divided by 30 into what? Me dot duration. Okay, so that this code block will give us per day salary, which will be calculated from referring to the employee salary, and then it will multiply with the duration of the leave, which will give us the amount that needs to be deducted if the leave was unauthorized. Now if we have to test it out, how do we do that? Well, we need to have employee information first of all. Okay, and I think year, month, leave type, everything else is available, only we need to have employee created. So let's go ahead and quickly create the employee. So if I go to the employee profile form what do we need to create employee? We need location, which already we have. We need department, and we need role. Okay, we need what? We need location, department, and role information. Okay, that's what we need. So let's see if we have department, where it is. Here we go. Department is created, role is created, so that means we do have the how about the grading? Where is grading? Grading is also created, so it's pretty much it. So let's go to the employee profile. This is employee, this is father name, this is mobile, this is personal, email, right? Country, let's say Pakistan, city Lahore, location South, sales executive. Okay, record is saved. Let's go to composition. Let's create a salary, working fine until now. Boom. And let's save the record, and let's go, and that means we can create the leave record. So we go here, we can choose the employee. Yep. Fiscal year, fiscal month, leave type, let's say others, let's say authorization unauthorized, and let's say start date today, will be coming, leave will end tomorrow. Here we go. So we have 123 dirhams that needs to be dirhams, dollars, whatever amount, PKR, that needs to be deducted. Duration is 1 day, and if we save it, let's see. Okay, until now that seems okay. Let's go to the flow table. Here we go. Here it is. So unauthorized leave, flow table has captured the information, whatever amount that needs to be deducted. So you can see here category deduction, and 123 for this particular employee will be deducted at the end of the month. So that's how you create a form. You do a little calculation, and I hope that you have learned something from this video. Even if you have not, please do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for sticking with me, sticking with this channel. Appreciate your support. Keep supporting, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much once again, and I will see you in the next one.